Okay, I am so excited to teach you guys how to do this. We are going to be making acrylic sun catchers. There we go. So this one is like really intricate. We don't have to do anything this intricate, but I'm going to show you how to do it and then you can do that. Ignore the black box that keeps popping up. My lights are like freaking out. But this is all done with my artwork. So I drew that teapot, I drew the flower, I drew the book, and then the coffee cup, which I guess is a teacup, the cherries, and I printed my stuff out on clear holographic, so like a sticker. I did the sticker paper and then I cut out my acrylic on my laser and then I just applied it and then I got a little sun catcher kit, so that's where the chain came from and all this stuff. So I'm going to be showing you how to make all of this from scratch using your images. I'll link everything in the description below, but this is the acrylic that I used. It's very, very thin. It's thinner than normal, very flimsy and lightweight because sun catchers, I feel like they shouldn't be heavy. They should be lightweight. And then this is what it looks like before you peel the film off. So if you're going to get the same exact one that I am linking, make sure you remember to peel the film off before you laser so that it looks like this. And then this is what the clear holographic printer paper looks like, because yeah, you can print on clear paper. So let's get into how we like design. So you're going to need some kind of CG program. I love using Silhouette Studio. It's not free, but it's like a one-time fee and it's more than worth it. I have way more than made my money back using this, and I'm not an affiliate. It's just, that's literally what I use. So use it or not, whatever. Use whatever SVG program you are comfortable with, whether it's Illustrator, whether if you can do it in Cricut, Design Space, whatever, I don't know. But this is what I use. I use the whatever most expensive version of Silhouette Studio is. So that's what this is. You need this little eyelet SVG right here. I made this and I did the right sizes and everything. If you guys want it, I'll link it in the description. Otherwise, you can make your own, and it's going to depend on your jump ring size that you like using. This fits almost every jump ring, like not every jump ring in the whole world, but this fits like most standard jump rings when you're making like jewelry and stuff like that. So we don't want to resize this at all. Once you open this in whatever SVG program you're using, leave it that size. Don't resize it or you'll ruin everything. So don't do that. So I have my two little drawings. These are some two little kitty cat drawings that I did today. And I'm going to make these my sun catchers. And notice how small I'm making these. I want to do mini ones because I thought that would be really, really cute to do like a mini version. This is not mini. This is like 3 inches wide, like right here. So the biggest thing is the teapot, and that one's 3 inches. Everything else is like smaller than that, like 1.5, 2 inches. You get the gist. But all of this fits on an 8x11 piece of paper. So this kind of really helps give you a frame of reference of like what size. I want these kitty cats again to be really small because I really want to do little mini sun catchers because I love mini things and my daughter's going to be obsessed and love it too. So let me turn on my cut and my print border just so I see like where this is. And the downside with making things that are this small is this is a lot of waste of a paper. So that's the only downside. But I'm going to have my sun catchers just be this. So this one will be the cat with just a little flower at the end. And then this one will be this cat with some little cherries that I think will make a little bit smaller. So once you have whatever artwork you want to use, you don't even have to use your artwork. You can buy clip art and use that. In fact, that's usually like why people sell clip art, so you can make fun things with it. So feel free to use any clip art ever, as long as you know you have permission to like use it for crafting or whatever you're using it for. So we need to do 2 things because we first are going to print these out on sticker paper, and then that needs to be sent to a cutting machine. So we need a cutting machine, whether it's the Silhouette, whether it's a Cricut, whether it's the Juliet, or whatever other cutting machines exist nowadays. You need to have that. You can try this with Shrinky Dinks. If you don't have a laser and if you don't have acrylic and all of that, you could try it with Shrinky Dinks. It's just going to be like a different process. But we have them the size that we want. These are about 2 inches. And then we need to first create an offset for them. So I'm going to select all of them at once and then go up here. This is the little offset shortcut button. Wait for it to load, and then I'm going to make mine not that big. I'm going to make mine fairly close, but not super close. Okay, so this is what is going to be cut out from the stickers. So this is the first offset that you do. This is what gets cut out from your sticker paper. And then the next offset that we do is going to be what is the laser, what is cut out from the acrylic. So I'm going to move these out of the way, grab these again, and then do another offset. And I'm going to make that one like 15. I'm going to keep that one at 10. So we're going to apply that one at 10. And then I'm going to change the background color of that one to purple just so we don't get confused. So the purple is what's getting cut out from the acrylic. Let me even group those together so that I can grab them. Okay, so that's our acrylic. And then this is what's getting cut out from the sticker. So we want to make sure we place this exactly right because this is what our cut lines are for the sticker paper. And if we need to zoom in and get this all right, we can. Make sure this is good. That looks good. That looks good. So now we need to weld this little piece to our laser pieces. And then I'll make this purple, that way this makes more sense. Now I'm going to ungroup these and then I'm going to pull these down a little bit. And then these guys up here, we actually need, it depends on what you want your sun catcher to look like. So if you just want it to be 2 things hanging down, then you only need 3 little eyelets. But if you want to have a chain hanging down after it, so see how the cherries, I have these things hanging down after it, then we need to add those guys to the bottom of those. So for mine, I want another chain hanging down off of the flower and off of the cherry. So I'm going to add one below that. But if, you add yours to wherever you want. So we need to do this, and then I'm going to flip them vertically because they need to go right here. And then we need 2 more to attach to the flower and the cherry. And then, like I said, because I want something attached to the bottom of both of these, I'm putting them on the bottom. And then the cherry, because it's angled, I'm just going to have it go on one. But this is just where that's totally up to you. Like, you need to design your own sun catchers. I can't design them for you. And then just kind of position these to wherever makes the most sense to you, because we're going to weld this all together, okay? So that can go right there. This can go right here. And now we're just going to select all of them, right click and hit weld. And then that welds all the pieces together. Imagine that. So same thing, select everything and hit weld. So whatever program you're using, it's the same concept. You need to weld the shapes together. And then do the same for this flower, weld it. And the same for the cherry, weld that. I mean, for mine, yours is going to be whatever. And then for the acrylic, because these little pieces are so small, I think I'm just going to get rid of them and not have it cut it out, because I think I did way more of it's because these are smaller, that's why. So like this one, I actually cut the acrylic out in between the bows, but with this, because this is such a small shape, I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to release the compound path really fast and delete those, and then hit make compound path again. And then I'm going to do the same thing for, I think, the bows at the very top. Let's see. We'll keep those and see if it cuts it, but if not, whatever, but we'll keep that. So this is our sun catcher. This is all we need. Let me move this over so I'm not in the way. So this one will be the flower. So now this gets saved as a cut file for your laser, and you can just like put these wherever makes sense so that you can save space when you're cutting your laser. But you want to save these separately, so I just cut them and put them on a new thing, and then I will save them as suncatcher laser. We want to save it as an SVG, and then I'm going to go back over to this, and this stays just how it is, and this is our print and cut file. So I'll do a few of them. You want a front and back. I forgot to say that. So we have this. Now to get this ready for the print and cut, we want to copy and paste these. And then we also want to flip them horizontally, okay? Because we want a front and a back. So we want them to be mirrors of each other because we're putting the stickers on both sides of the sun catcher. You can put it on just one if you want. It really doesn't make a huge difference because it's see-through, so you'll still be able to see it. And then sometimes it can be hard to line them up, and if you don't line them up just right, like this was the first one I did. So when it's not lined up all the way, it creates a little bit of a blurred effect versus if you like actually were able to line them up. So it's up to you on whether you want to do a front or back or just do a front. You know, experiment and see what you like. But now we need to get it ready for printing. So I'm enabling the registration marks, making sure my page is set to letter, wishing that I had more things to print, but I really don't. Maybe I'll just do a whole other set just because. And I like to increase the thickness of the print and cut a lot, just so that it really knows what it's doing. And then I like to enable print bleed. So now this is ready to send. I'm going to load up my printer paper and we're gonna print this and see how it goes. We spin in our chair and we wait for the printer to print. So I'm gonna send this into my cutting machine, into the Silhouette Cameo cutter, whatever I have. And then what we will have is little stickers. Okay, and now we are going to send the laser stuff over to the laser. This is my little baby right here. I love it so much. This is the FLUX Beamo. She's a little 30-watt desktop laser. She can cut about 8x10, 8x11 maybe. And I just love it, especially for these tiny projects like this. I love this thing. I have a big Omtech, and honestly, I have not even used it since getting this because I like using little projects. So if you are someone who does a lot of little things or would like to get into little crafts with lasers, I highly recommend you check this one out. I'll link it in the description below. It's just, I freaking love it. It is so cute and it's so easy to use. I have this thing like ready to go in like 30 minutes. I do have laser experience, so that's why it was so fast for me. For someone who has no idea what they're doing, it might take like an hour or two, but you will definitely be cutting within the same day that you like unbox it and set it up, which you absolutely cannot say the same for an Omtech. Oh my God. It took me weeks to get that thing all figured out. Okay, now for the laser, for the FLUX Beamo specifically, they have their own little software that they use. It's really, really easy to follow. You just hit new project. And then we just go to file, we go to open, we find where we saved that. Sorry, I'm lagging a little bit. We're gonna open that up. Layer's fine. And now we have our little shapes right here. Now we wanna make sure that we're not resizing anything because everything is already the size we want, so don't resize anything. But if we wanted to move things around and ungroup it, we would just go over to edit, go to SVG, and then hit disassemble, and then hit yes. And then this will make everything able for you to grab. So just FYI. Now the best thing about this laser is that it has a built-in camera. So that way we can see where we need to place things. So I'm going to click on the little camera button up here. And then because I know that the space I want to use is down here, I'm just going to grab down here. And you just drag and drop. And then it's going to do it. Look at, we're doing it in real time. Isn't that cool? So it just takes little screenshots, just little pictures as it goes. It takes a little bit, but you know, give it some slack. It's a little... Now it's probably really, really hard for you to tell because this is clear, but this is the edge of where my stuff was cut out. So as long as I put things over here, it'll be fine. If I put things over here, this is where I've already cut into it. So we just need to make sure we don't do that. So now we just hit the little end preview button up here, and then now we can drag our shapes to where we want them, making sure we're not going over any areas that have already been cut. These look good, and then just put these over here. And I even fit this guy right here because there's a little spot right there that hasn't been cut out. And then same for right here. So now I'm going to go make sure that my leveling is good. If you upgrade to the other Beamo, there is one that has an auto leveler, but I just have the manual one, but it's really, really easy to do. There's just this little thing that swings down like this. Okay, so say your thing's right here, this thing swings down, and then you just manually adjust it to just touch your stuff. It's really, really simple. Like you really don't need the auto one at all. Okay, I turned on my fume extractor, so it's going to get really loud in here, but that way we don't have any toxins floating around. One last thing we have to do is the settings. So for this acrylic, because it is only 1 mm thick, which is really, really thin, I'm going to do custom settings. So I'm using 30 power, 0.25 inches per second for speed, and 1 pass count. And if you see right here, I messed up. I used the wrong settings. So we are trying again right here. Cut twice, measure once, you know how it goes. So now it should be good because I did my little circle test cut. Let me actually delete that so he doesn't run again. And now we should be good to run this for real. So we're going to press that. It's analyzing it. And then this will take about 1 minute and 14 seconds. So not too bad. We're going to send it and you guys can watch. And now I'm just going through and assembling the sun catchers. I'm using the sun catcher kit that's linked in the description. I just got it from Amazon, but honestly, I recommend if you guys have any craft shops near you to go grab the supplies from there because you'll be able to pick better things than what's in these kits. But if you just want to have the kit to start, then, use the one that's linked in the bio, but you'll need a chain and then some pretty gems. I mean, go crazy with this, like get some pretty beads and whatever and make it as beautiful as you want to make it. And here are my finished ones. I think they came out so cute. That is it. That is how we make these little adorable mini sun catchers using the FLUX Beamo. Look at how freaking cute they came out. I love them. They're so cute. And the more stuff you have, the more you could add on to this. I don't have a ton of charms, but like I kind of really want to go to Michael's or one of those places and just get a bunch more because you could do beads. Like this one I really decked out and did a ton of stuff. These were just little, I just had little ones, but like you can do whatever you want. And it's not sunny right now in Vegas, otherwise I would show you the rainbow effect. But yeah, I really love the little mini ones. I think they came out so freaking cute, and these would make great Mother's Day gifts. Mother's Day is coming up. That makes a great gift. The FLUX Beamo makes a great Mother's Day gift too. There's just so many fun things you could do with it, seriously. But okay, that is it. I hope you guys have so much fun. If you make these, tag me please. I would love to see them. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.